everybody, Katie Sutton here, intuitive channel and founder of Zen Within Academy and the New Earth Now School, live with your August 2023 energy update. I've got 3 themes that I want to share with you this month. The first is Clearing Primal Power Fears. The second is Releasing Arrogance. And the third is Lionsgate Portal Energies. All right, so lots of big things happening in August. Before I get into the energy update, just 2 announcements for you. One is that we have our last installment of the New Earth Now Foundations course, Volume 6, which is happening August 1st through the 3rd. If you're just catching this later, you can always go back and grab the recordings. You can join this single course for $111. And we're going to be focused on divine empowerment and co-creation energy. And this is the 6th volume of this 1-year-long course that I've been teaching. And it doesn't matter if you join the prior volumes or not. If you're somebody who really resonates with the themes that I'm going to talk about this month, we're going to really be working on those in this particular volume of New Earth Now. And it's all about empowerment and dropping into true empowerment and your New Earth Now vibration. We're going to be doing a lot of clearing around misuse of power and experiences that we've had in other lifetimes. We're going to be doing some clearing around some primal fears that I'll be talking about in just a second. And we'll be stepping into deeper connection with our community and those around us and the earth in this particular volume of the course. That will be linked below this video. Second announcement is that we have our retreat in October, our Vision Quest retreat that is halfway full. This Thresholds retreat is for you if you are moving through a transition or desiring to move to a new version of yourself or honor a past version of you that is falling away. We have some single rooms still available. We're about half full. That's happening at the end of October in Flat Rock, North Carolina. So check below the video for more information about that as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our page. I do videos every week. All right, so let's get into the energy of August. This is a really big month. I actually look forward to August every year. I personally really resonate with the energies of empowerment and divine empowerment and the Lionsgate portal, which I'll talk about in our 3rd theme. And it's just a really potent time of year. We open the Lionsgate portal towards the end of July and it runs through about halfway through August. And I just find it to be an important time of transformation for everyone and for the planet. And I always look forward to this time of year. However, August, especially here in the Northern Hemisphere, is hot, right? It's hot. It's physically hot, but it is burning really bright. These energies that are coming in are big solar energies, and they're quite activating and intense for some people. So this is a month to pace ourselves, to take one step at a time, do one thing at a time. Don't try to rush anything, okay? So that's really important for you to understand as we go into August. As these big energies are burning bright, we might get a little overamped, a little too much intensity, and we might need to dial it back and go inward a little bit to calm some of that fire down. Okay, so just know that going in. So let's talk about the first theme of the month, which is something that I'm going to be working on a lot with my New Earth Now folks because it is big and it is a huge blocker for us stepping into our new earth vibrations here on this planet. So this first theme, Clearing Primal Power Fears. That is a mouthful. So we are working on deeply embedded fears, both ancestral, past life, and current life, where we have been in our power and it has been misused, or we have been in relationship to somebody in power and it has been misused. And this is a huge story on this planet. All of our wars, all of our big traumatic experiences, a lot of religious stuff here, a lot of things around misuse of power. And what I'm finding though is that this energy is very personal to the individual, where we have specific stories around stepping into our power or being afraid of stepping into our power for fear of misusing it, for fear of maybe harming others or harming ourselves, or fear of things that might change if we were to step into our power. So we're going to be working on some pretty deeply held primal fears around our empowerment this month. We're talking root chakra stuff, sacral chakra stuff, and solar plexus chakra stuff. These chakras that are all about our physical embodiment out in the world are really going to be going through an upgrade at the beginning of the month to clear the way for us to be able to anchor more light as we move into the Lionsgate portals more fully in the second week and the third week of August. So we're really going to be going through a cleansing on all of our lower chakras of these primal fears so that we can anchor that light, so that we can drop more deeply into our embodiment. So you may be finding in your relationships right now that there are some power struggles, that there's some shifting in power dynamics where maybe you're feeling differently about a person or a situation and the power dynamic is changing. There may be some old things popping up from past relationships where there was a difficulty in power struggle there. We have some Venus retrograde energy that might be amplifying that a little bit starting this month. And so there may be some old stories that you're coming back to around past ways that you've given your power away or you've maybe overpowered other people. So this is a really big theme, and I think that we might see some things stirred up on the main stage, if you will, in the collective consciousness. We may see some tempers raising, some fiery energy coming, some interesting dynamics and power struggles happening with those outside of our inner sphere. And so it's really important that we stay in neutrality as we observe these power dynamics and we observe these fears that are clearing for ourselves and for other people. The more neutral you can be, the more open you can be, the easier this resistance energy will flow out of your being so that more light can flow in. And so it's going to be important for us to not attach to the stories that might be getting triggered for us around these power dynamics. This is a time to let the mental body step to the side and just step into the flow of what is clearing here and allow these big energies that are coming in August, this fiery light, to come in and just burn away what's not serving. And when we're working with fear, if we tap into it too much, our nervous system gets activated, our physical body gets activated, and we can become quite ungrounded. So you might need to change how you're caring for your body as we're clearing these primal fears. You might need to change your routine, your structure of your day to support you in staying more grounded and rooted in wholeness as these big energies are clearing out. And that's really going to support us as we move into the Lionsgate energies more fully. And so let's talk about the second energetic theme. And this one is really key. And every year when we get into Lionsgate, I also have to talk about the Leo energy, right? And Leo energy in its highest form is a beautiful, heart-open, loving, vibrationally supportive energy. In its lowest expression, though, it is arrogance and ego and pig-headedness, okay? And so our second theme of the month is releasing arrogance. This is big, okay? And if you think you don't carry this energy, think again. So it's interesting that we're being asked to step into our power and clear fears of being in our power. And at the same time, we're also being asked to release egoic traps and arrogance, right? So if we're afraid to step in our power for fear of operating in our ego and misusing our power, one of the energies that needs to go is this frequency of arrogance, okay? And when I'm speaking about this, isn't so much the arrogance of thinking that you're of a controlling energy, of you outwardly controlling those around you and thinking that you're best for them. I'm actually thinking more here that this is a internal arrogance energy. So as I've been seeing this show up in session, it is about those times where our mental body has created such strong control paradigms and programming that it thinks it knows everything. It thinks it knows exactly what's happening, exactly what's going to happen, exactly what's changing. And that mental body programming of arrogance, of know-it-all energy that some of us carry as a protective mechanism comes in when we have a significant amount of trauma, when we have been abused, when we have been traumatized by people in our life that we cared about, when we have had controlling parents, when we have had places in our childhood where we weren't able to be in control. Oftentimes this mental body gets really big, right? And it tries to control our experience and tries to understand everything. And our mental body is important. We want it to be able to be there and be on point and working so that we can connect the dots and we can see patterns and we can analyze our behavior to a point. But I often see with a lot of my clients and myself included that this mental body trap can activate and we can go so into needing to know things and needing to understand things that we actually block our forward progress and we shut down and go into resistance to other ideas and other ways of being and other thought processes that might help us. Okay? So this is a time to look at the places where you think you have it all figured out and step into a place of curiosity. What would it feel like to allow that mental body to take a step back and to bring some curiosity in that says, maybe I don't quite know everything that I think I do. Maybe even though I've been studying spirituality for 20 years, there's still more for me to learn. There's still more for me to uncover. There's still more for me to explore. Okay? And this curiosity energy is actually really important. I talk about this a lot with you all in these energy updates, that when we bring in this frequency of curiosity, it creates openness. So really the antidote to this arrogance is, number one, just seeing it and saying, hey, I'm operating in my know-it-all right now. I might even be projecting that onto other people in order to stay safe, right? In order to keep myself safe. And how can I step back out of that energy and be in a place of not knowing? And for some of us, our mental bodies have been doing so much of the work to keep us safe that we're very much afraid of not knowing, right? Not knowing what's coming next, not knowing what's happening next, not understanding what's changing in our lives, not understanding what's triggered for us. But that's okay. If we can get comfortable in the not knowing, it's actually going to open us a little bit more to flow with the universal energies that are changing, that are really going to be amplified in the back half of this year. I sense so much change coming for so many of us. We're really going to be stepping in to things that we've wanted to do for lifetimes in the back half of this year. And we're really going to be working on stepping into our empowerment so that we can start to create more with other people. But right now, as we release this arrogance, we step into a place of heart-centered Leo energy where we're open, right? We're communing with other people, we're communing with our truth, and we're finding the gray area in between, the not knowing in between, and being in this state of awareness where we can draw in new energy and new information that can really propel us forward. So how you might experience this in your energy field are places of restriction or resistance that are very constricted, that are keeping you from receiving light, keeping you from receiving downloads. This may be very evident in your upper chakras, in your crown, and in your third eye. So in that first theme, we're clearing the lower chakras. In this theme, we're going to be clearing the upper chakras, okay? We're going to be releasing resistance where we have gotten stuck on a story or a belief, and it is keeping us from being able to move forward. So really pay attention to this. This is going to require you all to step a little out of your ego, right? And be open. And so it's okay to ask for a lot of help with this one, right? We all have blind spots. We all have ego traps that we get stuck in. We all have beliefs that we've been conditioned to hold. And so this is a month to ask your team, your guides, the universe, earth, whatever God, whatever you believe in, for help in finding clarity and wisdom, right? And being in a place of curiosity and openness and not knowing. Because I think some of you are going to get some amazing surprises this month of new directions that you want to go in with your life. Okay, so that takes me to our third theme, which is the Lionsgate portal. And this Lionsgate portal feels to me as a cosmic remembering and redirect of who we really are and what we really came here to do. I think a lot of us have been playing really small, myself included. I think we've been afraid to really step out there. I think we've been afraid to be in our power. I think we've been afraid to use our voice. I think we've been afraid to express our truth. And I think a lot of us have important gifts to offer to the world. And so this Lionsgate portal is all about about claiming and expressing those gifts in the world, putting your stamp on this new earth that we are creating. And that can be in a very small way or a very big way. Every time you honor the truth of who you are out in the world in some way, you are honoring this energy. So I really see this Lionsgate portal coming in with courage and bravery and resilience and support for those of us who want to step more into our purpose-driven work, or maybe just want to step more into living the best life that we can, the most joyful life that we can. I'm seeing a lot of people show up in session and they're clearing out a lot of places where they're not able and in resistance to holding joy and holding love and holding all of these higher expressions of humanity. These stories where we've gotten stuck, right? Those beliefs, those arrogant beliefs where we've gotten stuck in a story that we can't have something, that we can't have joy, that we can't have play, that we can't have fun. And so these Lionsgate portal energies are really coming in, I think, to bathe us in the best of humanity, the best of what it means to be in a human experience. And the Lionsgate portal, as it activates, it tends to activate around the end of July. So it's different depending on who you talk to. This year I felt it activate around the 22nd of July, and it peaks on 8/8, right? And then it closes out between the 12th and the 16th of August, right? I think we're actually going to see it extend a little further this year. I've noticed that every year the portal gets a little longer because we have more and more work we want to do. And it's really the energies and the star, Sirius, aligning with our planet and aligning with the pyramids of Giza and activating this remembering, this cosmic remembering from our planetary brothers and sisters in Sirius. I happen to have star seed roots from Sirius. Sirius is all about balancing energy, balancing power, the merging of the masculine and feminine, wholeness, sacred union, deep empowerment, okay? So when we are in alignment with this particular astrological positioning, we have a whole bunch of really important light bathing our planet so that we can activate more into the truth of who we are, which is not just this earthly experience, right? But also our star heritage as well. This knowing that we are not alone in the universe, this knowing that we are supported in a benevolent universe, that we are source beings, that we are creator beings, that we have ultimate potential to move beyond the limited scope that we've been given here on earth of what it looks like to be in our power. This is an important time, everyone. Okay, so this is a great month to really be heavy in your rituals, heavy in your crystal healing, heavy in your meditation practice, all of these things so that you can really drink in this light and pace yourselves. Okay, as I mentioned at the beginning of the energy update, it's easy to burn out this month because there is so much goodness coming in. But if you can work with these energies consciously and you can be open, you can be in that state of openness, be in that state of not knowing, I think you guys are going to get some amazing gifts this month, some amazing awarenesses, and some amazing energy to push you forward on your path in a way that doesn't feel as scary, right? That doesn't feel as fear-based. I also suspect that you're going to have some big changes coming that maybe you've been sensing for the last few months. I think they're going to start to root this month, and they're really going to expand in September and October. All right, so an important time to be here on this planet, an exciting time to be here on this planet. And I will be sharing more of these Lionsgate energies. I'll be bringing in a special activation from my brothers and sisters in the Sirius star system, our cosmic brothers and sisters on 8/9 for our Lionsgate portal healing circle. This is the only really open-ended healing circle that I do every year where I don't have a distinct theme that I bring in. I just draw in the energies of our star brothers and sisters and really bring in frequencies of empowerment and support for whoever joins the call. That's happening on 8/9 in the evening here at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. You can find more information about that and all the other things I mentioned at the top of the energy update below this video. So thank you all so much for watching. Pace yourselves, take good care of yourselves, take good care of your bodies, support and love one another, and I hope to see you at some of my offerings soon, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye everyone.